and people are always really surprised. And I explain to people that I've never been to art college. Just because you've never been to college doesn't mean that you can't find your artistic talent. She said, no, I've never tried. So I said, well then, how do you know you can't? And some people have said to me, well, I did have a go once, but I was no good. And I think to myself, we would never have this conversation about learning to play the saxophone, would we? and I've been saying this for years. Hello, my name's Martin Bullivant and I'm a professional artist. It's amazing how many people visit me in my studio at the Harbour Gallery in St Oban and comment that they wish that they could paint. When I ask them if they've ever tried, they either say no, so actually they are just assuming that they can't paint, or they say, well, I had a go once, but I wasn't very good. Now this bothers me because there's quite a big flaw in what's being said here. Now let's run that conversation again, but this time just pretend for a moment that it's me who's been impressed by someone's skill, and that someone is a professional concert pianist. So I approach the pianist after a recital and I say, I wish I could play the piano. He says, have you ever tried? Now if I say no, what I mean is, no, I've never had any lessons. If I were to say, well, I did have a go once, I sat down at a piano but I couldn't play it, hopefully he would explain to me that no one just sits down at a piano and plays a concerto. In fact, when you first start, playing chopsticks sounds a bit like somebody forcing broken beer bottles through a grater. It takes time, and usually help from a teacher to produce good music. But somehow, we've got it into our thinking that painting or drawing is something that you can either just do spontaneously or you can't. Which makes no more sense really, and this is the big flaw, than assuming that someone can just sit down at a piano and spontaneously play Grieg's Piano Concerto and be pleasantly surprised. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that in painting and drawing either. So, here's the good news. I'm a professional artist, but until my mid-20s I had no idea that I could paint. I never really studied art at school and never went to art college. But through painting and studying others and listening to constructive criticism, I grew into a professional. You're no different. I'm not saying that you can one day turn professional, but I'm certainly not saying you won't either. But if you're like most people, just assuming you can't paint, or you've been given to understand that any previous attempts to paint mean that that's the limit of your ability, then please think again. I offer anyone, irrespective of experience or ability, the opportunity to learn on a one-to-one basis with me. No classrooms, no groups, and all at your own pace, with hours to suit your availability. You can contact me via the website, through Facebook, or you could even tweet me, or you could be really radical and ring me on the phone on 852 380. All the contact details are available right now at the bottom of the screen, but they're also posted on the website if you need them there. So, thanks for your time and happy painting.